Whether you're in a business, in a relationship, or at work, or with a group of friends, you're gonna need to know how to convince someone for their approval. The obvious problem with that is they could say no. Here's a very simple and very effective technique that I've learned from Dale Carnegie's book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, in which he shows something called the yes yes technique. Stay tuned. First of all, when you're talking with people, do not start by discussing on things which you differ. Instead, you should begin by emphasizing and keep on emphasizing on things you both agree on. And what you really want to focus is to keep your opponent, if possible, from saying no. The reason for that is when a person says no and really means it, he or she is greatly losing of moving forward in an affirmative direction that greatly reduces your chance for that yes. The entire body, glandular, nervous, muscular, all gathers together in a condition of rejection. If you pay attention, the person that says no can display a physical readiness of withdrawal, when to the contrary, a person that says yes, none of the withdrawal is being displayed. The body is in a much more forward motion in the conversation with an open attitude. It is much more in your favor to have more yeses because the more of it we get, the more likely we're gonna succeed in capturing the attention for our ultimate proposal. And to do that, let's take a look on how to use the yes yes technique. This is a true secret of Socrates. He won an armful of yeses by asking his opponents a handful of questions that they have to agree with. Here's an example of how the yes yes technique works. At a bank in New York City, there was a man named James Eberson who was working there as a bank teller. One day, a man came in to open an account and Mr. Eberson gave him a form to fill out. The problem was some of the necessary questions on the form that was required to be written was flatly refused to be answered. Fortunately, Mr. Eberson learned the yes yes technique, so he was determined to get this man to fill out the form. Mr. Eberson showed that he agreed with the man and said the info he refused to answer wasn't absolutely necessary. However, he said to the man, suppose you have money in the bank at your death. Wouldn't you like to have the bank to transfer it to your next kin, who is entitled to it according to the law? He replied, yes, of course. Then he said, don't you think it would be a good idea to give the name of your next kin so that in the event of your death, we would carry out your wishes without error or delay? He replied, yes, again. And there it is, the second yes, which made your opponent in a much more state of acceptance. Mr. Eberson initiated his ultimate proposal, and to Mr. Eberson's surprise, he noticed how the man wasn't in a physical state of withdrawal anymore from the conversation as you would from saying no in an argument. The man's attitude softened and changed when he realized that Eberson wasn't asking for this information for the bank's sake, but for his sake. Even better, the man completed the entire form with all the information that was required and went even further by opening a trust account. Point being is this is a very simple technique that is often neglected. Next time when you're tempted to tell someone he or she is wrong, ask with gentle questions that you know that will get a yes, yes. There's a Chinese proverb that says, he who treads softly goes far. Thank you guys for watching. Click that like and that subscribe button if you want to see more helpful videos like this. I'll see you guys later.